She gave you her sleep before you knew what dreams were, her back bent so yours could grow straight. She whispered prayers into the walls long after you fell asleep, and you forgot, not out of cruelty, just life. But today, pause the noise. Go back. Remember the hands that fed you, the eyes that forgave you, the heart that broke every time you didn't come home. You outgrew her lap, but not her love. This is not a video about advice. This is a call to return before it's too late. Long before the world named you, before your voice was ever heard, there was a woman who carried you, not just in her body, but in every silent prayer. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Paradise lies at the feet of your mother, because she is the one who gave up her body, her sleep, her freedom, just so you could live." Your first home was not made of bricks, it was made of ribs and breath. Her womb was your cradle, her heartbeat your lullaby. She bled so you could arrive, and when pain split her in two, she smiled through tears just to hold you. The Quran reminds us, we have enjoined upon man care for his parents. His mother carried him, increasing her in weakness upon weakness. Surah Luqman 31:14. Ibn Arabi, speaking of divine mercy, wrote, "The truest manifestation of God's name, Al-Rahman, on earth is the womb of a mother. She is not just a parent, she is a mirror of divine compassion. Your first taste of unconditional love, your first encounter with mercy that does not measure or demand. So before you outgrow her lap, before life teaches you to forget, remember, she gave you breath before you gave her a name." They call him Al-Rahman, the most merciful, the one whose mercy encompasses all things. But have you noticed the Arabic word for womb is Rahim, from the same root as Rahma? The Prophet said, the womb is derived from the name of Ar-Rahman. Whoever keeps the ties of the womb, Allah will keep ties with him. Bukhari. She carried you in her Rahim under the name of Ar-Rahman. That means every moment of her pain was not just sacrifice, it was worship. Every sleepless night, every meal she skipped, every silent sob into her pillow was logged not just by angels, but by the one who called himself closer than your jugular vein. Ibn Arabi said, "Mercy flows in creation like blood through the body, and the mother is its most visible stream." So if your heart has forgotten softness, if the world has made you cold, go sit with your mother. Let her hands teach you again how to hold without hurting, because in her tenderness you are remembering God. There were nights you slept so soundly, so unaware, while a mother sat beside your bed and asked the heavens to take every ounce of her ease and give it to you. You didn't know she was asking for your future before you could speak your name, that she was trading her health for your safety, her peace for your path. She made dua for your joy with hands that ached from work. She whispered Quran over your head with lips that had forgotten rest, and still you forgot. Not because you're ungrateful, but because life moves fast, and sometimes it pulls us away from the hands that once pulled us into the world. The Prophet said, "He who is good to his parents, blessings be upon him, and he who disrespects them, may he be distant from mercy." Ibn Arabi wrote, "The dua of the mother is not made of words alone. It is a vibration the heavens cannot ignore." So when was the last time you prayed for her the way she once prayed for you? She never said how tired she was, how much she missed her old self, how some days she felt invisible beneath your needs. She just kept giving. When you yelled, she stayed. When you failed, she prayed. When you forgot her, she remembered everything. There's a hadith where a man came to the Prophet and said, "Who is most deserving of my good companionship?" The Prophet replied, "Your mother." He asked again, "Your mother?" Again, "Your mother," and only then your father. Bukhari and Muslim, Ibn Arabi once wrote, What God hides behind the silence of a mother is a mercy too vast for language. She didn't want thanks. She wanted you safe. She wanted your laughter more than her sleep, your joy more than her rest. So now that you're grown, don't let her silence become your silence too. Say the words, hold her hands, thank her while there's still time, because her love was the first form of worship you ever experienced. Your success has a shadow, and it looks like her. Every degree you earned, every meal you ate, every night you slept in peace, cost her something, her youth, her dreams, her silence. And yet she gave it all freely. She let her dreams fade so yours could rise. She let her beauty slip quietly away while she watched yours unfold. You saw a woman grow old, but what you didn't see was how much of her youth she poured into building your world. The Prophet ﷺ once saw a man carrying his mother on his back performing tawaf around the Kaaba. The man said, "Have I repaid her?" And the Prophet replied, "Not even for a single groan she made during childbirth." Sahih Muslim, Ibn Arabi wrote, "What the world calls aging in a mother is the soul flowering inward. So when you smile in mirrors, when the world praises you, remember the face that aged quietly so you could shine. She didn't just raise you, she gave you everything and asked for nothing." There comes a time when the world stops looking at her, when the calls slow down, when the house grows too quiet, when the mirror reflects a face she barely recognizes anymore. She gave her life to raise you, but what happens when her hands tremble and she needs someone to hold her now? The Quran says, "And we have enjoined upon man care for his parents, especially when they reach old age. Do not say to them even oof." Surah Al-Isra 17:23. She doesn't need your money, she needs your time, she needs your listening, she needs your hands to do what hers once did for you. Ibn Arabi wrote, "To honor your mother is to worship through presence, to see her not as duty, but as the mirror of divine compassion made flesh. So before the world forgets her, before her name fades from memory, be the remembrance, be the voice that calls, be the arms that return, because one day it won't be her voice echoing in your home, only the silence where her prayers used to be. One day you'll go to call her, and the line won't ring. You'll reach for her hand, but it won't reach back. Her chair will still be there, her favorite cup, her scent in the hallway, but she won't. And in that silence, you'll hear every "I love you" you forgot to say. Every time you rushed the call, every time you rolled your eyes, every moment you thought she'd always be there. The Prophet wept at his mother's grave. Even he, the mercy to the worlds, wept for the mercy that bore him. Ibn Arabi once whispered, "Death is not the end of the mother's love. It is its return to the source." So don't wait for her silence to realize what her presence meant. Don't wait for the grave to bring her flowers. Say the words right now, even if your voice trembles, because while her heart still beats, you have time to fill it. Before you knew how to pray, she was praying for you. Before you knew the names of God, she was calling upon them for your safety. She was your first door to everything sacred, your first encounter with sacrifice, your first understanding of love that asks for nothing and gives everything. The Prophet said, your mother, your mother, your mother, because she is the first mercy you ever touched. The Quran speaks of those who are veiled from God, but honoring your mother is like pulling that veil aside just for a moment to see what divine mercy looks like on earth. Ibn Arabi wrote, "Every name of God is a door, but the mother is the one he placed closest to your heart. So if you want to find him again, if your soul is tired, if your prayers feel dry, go to her, hug her, speak her name with reverence, Because perhaps the way back to heaven is not in the sky, but in the eyes that once looked down at you with nothing but love. If this story reminded you of your mother, if a single tear slipped down your cheek, don't scroll in silence. Say her name, say Alhamdulillah for her. And if she's gone, say a prayer that shakes the skies. And if these words touched something deep inside you, drop a super thanks, not for me, but for every mother who loved without limits, and for every heart that still remembers. This video wasn't just content, it was a prayer wrapped in words for you and her.